Okay, hopefully it will be fine now. Yes, it is finally. Okay. So, finally, let's hop into the game. We have an exciting day today because Kunas was kind enough to release the Mustang GT3 as a free content. That's very nice of them. And let's check it out first. I made a quick white, as always, paint job. And it looks very, very mean. So let's try it. Barcelona as the official test track for basically everything. I am sitting very low and very close. Also, it's very early in the morning, so put the usual 2 o'clock afternoon time. And start eyeballing. -2 by default. That's weird. That is very weird. TC is at 3. I'm in TC and ABS. Usually that's a decent baseline. I don't know. I'm just eyeballing the setups. Don't need bump stops at the front. Some at the rear. We will check how much can it handle without bottoming out. No diff. A bit more fast dampers. Usually the stock fast dampers are not high enough. And Barcelona usually needs 3 brake ducts for this temperature. Let's try like 50 mil of rake. And save it. Like that. So let's check the car inside.
Green light, go, go, go.
More like it. To the left a bit so it looks better in VR stream. Okay. Looks simple. Very simple dash. 2 screens, one with lap times, predicted delta, that's good. Usual race logic in a very visible location. A nice rear view camera, a very wide rear view mirror, that could be useful sometimes. It's a bit off angle, but like checking with often. This one is like the same, but without fuel and laps remaining and the brake bias, but the other tacts are a bit bigger. So we have brake temperatures, tire temperatures, and tire pressures on the dash. That's very, very useful. Lovely. Let's see how it drives. Quiet. Probably I will need lower steering ratio and much lower force feedback. Sounds very angry. Let's check the exterior. Great sound. It reminds me the GT4 Camaro, but that car as a bonus has a supercharger, so it feels like that car wants to suck all the air and everything else in front of it. This one is just in quotes an angry V8. I think nature aspirated. It understeers now, but I just eyeballed the setups. But first, let's make some useful tire pressures. So I think I need to sit even a bit higher. Like that. Yeah, feels okay. And a bit further. Usually I like sitting at the back in VR, it just helps me feel the car more. I don't like cars which has a very forward sitting position. And usually there's a limit, like I already have clipping at the left and right, but it's not annoying yet, so that's fine. Brake bias is still high. It clicks in .3 like the BMW does, but for OCD person. So a lot of understeer out of the corner yet. Is LFM running already? I heard that they shut down races now or something. But yeah, LFM is Silverstone and Imola now. I will do Imola definitely. But I want to first make a baseline for the car. It's still happy. That wasn't very convincing on the bumps or curb. Felt like it bottomed out a bit. Bit more than I would expect from a brute car like this. Brake bias is much better. It is 51.2. Hopefully we won't run into brake bias limits like with the Aston and the BMW. compares to Lexus. Still happy, understeers a bit. Sounds very angry. Also a bit to the Bentley. Yes, I only drive in VR. I cannot drive on a flat screen anymore. I'm in VR for like 1.5 years, and when I try to like drive on a flat screen for making a lap for photos or something like that, I really suffer like holding the car on the track. Yeah, it also sounds as angry as the boat. I like it so far. Also, visibility is very good. I love that. That's very important in VR. Like, for example, Lexus in VR is horrible because you don't have a rear view mirror at all. Like, it's as off as this one, but back like right next to you. But so far it doesn't like curves. Although I just eyeballed a lot of settings, so we will see. Okay, I will finish this lap and set the tire pressures properly. Also make a few quick changes, like I need more low speed out of corner stability, so less oversteer, but much more mid to high speed on throttle cornering. It just does not rotate on throttle.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
So first of all, and it was like, oh, we have a lot of spare. That's very good to see. Okay, let's check the Motec. Like what it is like. Give me a second till I can start it up. So back to how it drives, it definitely drives like a front engine car, but not as muted as the BMW. It's more like Bentley Aston V8 and probably closest to the Lexus, I would say. So my front tire pressures were sort of okay. I need one less on the front left and one plus on the front right. Rear tire pressures are -3 both, but I would expect a bit less rear tire pressure due to not sliding that much, hopefully, with the proper setup. Dampers are way over damped, like very over damped. Symmetricity looks decent-ish, but it's very hard to. I think we have too much bump because it's pushed into the rebound, so I will decrease the bump by 3 and the rebound by 2. And we will see. Also, maybe one less fast. That's weird because usually the fast rebounds need ACC a lot. Maybe they changed something for this car or overall, I don't know. And last of all, let's check the pump stops. That's great. We have no hard bottoming out at the rear. Like if it would bottom out, there would be a very hard cut in the peaks, and that happens with some car. For example, in the Nissan, it happens at 35 rear bump stop range. For a few cars, it starts to happen under 10, and few cars can handle like 0 bump stop without issues. So that's good so far. We have no issues like that. I will try minimum bump stop just to try out the limits, and I will increase the front wheel rate a bit so we have more traction at the rear during slow corner exits, and I increase the rake just to make it a bit more happy to turn. And I decrease the steering ratio by 1. Okay, let's try it out. What changed? Caster is not high at the max, and I could not feel trail braking snap in the hairpin. So I would say this car will run max caster almost all the time. But we will see that eventually. Let's brake boost a bit for tire pressures. I mean, brake temperatures for tire pressures. First gear is a bit hard, so be cautious with that. Not as short as the BMW, but it definitely feels rather short. Shorter than usual. Avoiding the curbs yet. We are below 26. Still need more rake. Also probably even one less steering ratio. But that's personal preference, but I would feel like I have to turn the wheel too much for my liking. Curbs. It's not curb friendly so far. Does rotate better with the 0 bump stops, and I do not feel those hard bottoming out bouncing issues. So it could be a possibility that this car can drive on 0 rear bump stop range. Which is of course not exactly 0. It's just the lowest amount you can set. You still have some range before it starts to dig into the bump stop. Lower brake bias due to higher front wheel rate. 50.3 so far. Also more rake, as I said, because it does not rotate during coasting. Hey Arnold. Oh yeah. You got your new car. Or you stick to the M4. The curb handling is very not convincing for me so far. But it could be that we still over-dampened. $992? Did I miss something? Very tail happy still, but not as bad. I think I will try PC4.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
So when I said curb issues, I meant this. It just handles weirdly when I go off the curb. I will read the command soon, just... Okay. I will read it now. Oh yeah. You will miss us season 10, yeah. Forgot. Okay, the car definitely needs more rake, much more. And I will check those dampers again, because they still acted weird. It's a bit flatter now. The front ones are still... Hey Steve, I don't even remember the rear ratios of the M4. It's not as extreme for the first gear as the M4, but it's definitely a bit shorter than the normal. It's manageable. You just have to get used to it, like with all cars. I will try more rebound for the fast and even less bump. I don't know. Oh, so we were asymmetric. That's weird. So much more rake. I won't lower the brake bias here now because of the rake, and we could use a bit more turning. Usually I don't go extreme with the frontals, but this car just feels... Oh, and forgot one less steering ratio. 15 camel? We will check the top speed in Nürburgring, Nordschleife, definitely. Although that's not exact representation of the normal behavior, because the NURBs have physically smaller rings and splitters, but will give us some hint. Oh, okay. All tires are happy. Yeah, TC4. No. Yes. Okay, so PC1 at 4. I did not check the rear bump stop issue, is it have or not, but by feel it's fine. Also I should make a few proper laps just to have a better feel what's happening. Oh yeah, definitely everyone will going to drive the Mustang with the aggressive setup, which I guess will be handled like a boat or a ship. I guess this car will, I did not ride it, I should have, will handle like understeer in entry, oversteer in exit. With the stock setup, I mean. A bit better on the curbs. Could be the dampers help. Although I still had some issues there. PC1 at 4 helps a bit, but it still tries to kill you at very, very low speed exit. Could it be that it would like short shifting? I lost no time there with short shifting. It's a big and torquey engine, so would not be surprised if it would like short shifting. Short shifted there too. Okay, it's definitely going to be a theme with this car. Oh, that first gear. Should stay in second. Let's try to make a proper lap. Has a weird thing, like the 296, it's very eager to for action sometimes. Okay, one more lap and I go back to the garage for setting up. Because we need more off-throttle rotation. Probably a bit more stability. For slow corner exit, although the short shifting helps a lot. And I could use a bit more mid to high speed exit rotation. Because for example, I can feel that here very much. But it just does not rotate as much as I would like to. So if the rear bump stop range is fine like that, 0. I will increase the bump stop rate of the rear. It has a better platform to lean on during high to mid speed corner exit. And that won't affect the low exit that much. And I will make the slow exit stable with even more stiffening of the front springs. And make the car more nimble overall with even more rake. So I don't remember 44 mid is what kind of lap time. Barcelona 44 mid is exactly 102%. That's not horrible for a normal weather session. So dampers are a bit over dampened to the front. I will decrease front basically everything by one click. And I would have increased the rear fast ones, but I cannot. So let's check that rear bottoming out. Oh yeah, we definitely have bottoming out at the rear now. So that was the thing I was talking about, like here. If we compare it to a normal lap, give it back to me. Where's my mouse? Yeah. You can see the white was with 10 bump stop range at the rear, and the color was with 0. And we have a very sharp cutoff, like here it's nicely visible, and here these sharp bottoming outs rob you a lot of action, and they overheat the tires a bit, just stress them. It's not good. But 10 did not have that almost at all. Like I had 4 millimeters here. You can see a tiny bit. This part. So we have 4 millimeters. Car can run around 6 bump stops at the rear. So we go for that and much stiffer rate. I said more V rate, need more. So since I did not like that front sudden micro correction grip ups, I decreased the toe, and I said more rear right height for overall nimbleness. EC1 at 6? No. 4, 3, depends on. I think I will try 3 again. 4 was decent. Basically, what you need for exit traction for this car is a lot of short shifting, even from second sometimes, if you go over bumps. But I'm still learning the car, so. So we increase the front wheel rate a bit for better slow corner exit traction. Increase the rake to get the nimbleness back a bit, and less rear bump stop rate. Yeah, that was the sudden grip up I was talking about. Rear bump stop rate, so we are not going into the bottoming out, but I increased the the range is more and the rate is much more, so we are not bottoming out at the rear, but when we start to reach the bump stops in mid to high speed corner exit, it stiffens up much more. I think I go back to TC4, it has those snaps, which are annoying and not good for your tires. Definitely short shift there. Third gear. I don't know if TC2 increase would solve it, because it says TC lat and probably, yeah, TC long. So theoretically, I don't know how much that implemented. It should have the TC1 is for hide like too much drifting to the side, and PC2 should be longitudinal, so when the tires are spinning out, I could try that, solve the issue on the curbs. First gear is very violent. Now, stiffer bump stops at the rear is like stiffer springs. Bump stops are like secondary springs in ACC. So if you stiffen them up when you have like, forgot to short shift. So if you have like soft springs at the rear, you have an initial less spiky oversteer, or just have understeer if it's tuned like that, out of a corner when you load the rear of the car, so it can squat a bit. And bump stop basically stops that squatting, dependent of the range, and the rate is how much it stops the squatting. I like to ride on rear bump stops because it lets you use a bit heavier inputs on the throttle. It basically smoothens out the weight transition at acceleration, and bump stops just make it a stable platform. And this way you can also tune a bit more like different behavior out of low, mid and fast corners, because you squat much more overall. So it's not squat but flat bottoming, going down into the travel with high speed due to the arrow. So the rear wing is pushing the car into the bump stops earlier. I don't use meta setups, never. I set up the dampers as they should have been set up. So no idea, and I won't test that either. Also, something which is not the most efficient tactics should not be called meta. So a properly set up damper is better than having that abomination. They call meta when you zero the bump and max the rebound. The only thing it does, the car sticks down into the travel. You have an artificially lower ride height than normally, and that will increase your arrow a bit, especially the front, but otherwise make the car drive like shit. And for me, I would rather sacrifice like 0.5% pace and have a car which drives good on tires, easier to drive for medium skill drivers, than extract that 0.5% pace but have a very unpredictable and unforgiving setup. So I won't do those quoted meta things. By the way, the car drives decent. You just have to remember short shifting a few places, like turn 2. Because it is still very violent in second gear. Sure thing, Andy. So it is very violent even in second gear sometimes. Still a bit sluggish in slow speed corners, but I think that is just the heft of the car. Okay, I try one more lap, then hop into another track. I can test this setup in other circumstances. Yeah, third gear there is just great. You short shift to third gear and you solve the bump issue. I mean curb riding issue. In second gear it's just too violent. Probably the car has way too much torque even in second gear there. I will read the comment soon. Yeah, rotate the car there with first gear, just don't forget to short shift before you accelerate. And don't drive that curve like that. I don't know if it's fully optimal, but most cars have the close to optimal shifting points when the LEDs start to blink. So I just use that. Could use even more rake. Just understeers. Okay, max rake. Let's try it. Maybe even more bump stop at the rear. So let's check the Voltec. So the rear bottoming out issue is gone. Overall or with this car, Rogervan or Rodriguez? Numbers are decent. We are a bit under dampened the bumps, but I won't worry, that's still very good. So numbers are fine. Let's try max rake. And I increase the bump stop rate and try bump stop range 5. easy on the tires yet. Oh, TC4 should implement that into the setup. With TC3 I got too many of those micro oversteers like the 296 has. TC4 just grabs those and you have a much calmer drive. Thank you, Brunor. I'm glad if I can help. Not doing it for the fame, doing it for the community more like. Hi, Aspro. Yeah, it's a bit like the Aston without the thump, but it reminds me more to the Jag a bit. It's a bit more raw than the Aston. The Aston has turbo, and turbos tend to muffle the exhaust sound a bit. Although in the interior you do hear more of the engine itself, not just the exhaust. Okay, it sounds decent. No wing? No, not yet. Why should I? I'm usually not fond of no wing setups. They could work on a few tracks, but forgot to short shift. But setups like tracks like Barcelona, I think you should use wing and gain overall balance somehow else, so you have more grip overall. Boot it. I have a Meta Quest 3 VR and driving it with a 480 Super currently. Okay, bit less rake because it was a bit violent on the exit, and I say TC4. And I will save that as a decent Barcelona slash baseline. And let's try it on another track. I don't think it's OP. It didn't feel OP at all. It's very tail happy, a bit sluggish to turn in sometimes. Speed felt great, but not OP at all. So far it seems balanced. Give me a sec till I copy. To rename it to base. And run my lovely script on it if I can find that. Basic, that's it. Yep, okay. All tracks have this setup now. Normal NURB. Yeah, it's accuracy, very tail happy. We will see. Okay, normal NURB. A bit more middle. And I think we can drive brake ducts 2 here. Less demanding on the tires.
Green light, show them what you got.
Sounds great on the rev limiter though. For me, it feels mostly like the Lexus. So far. A Lexus a bit more close, so between the Lexus and the Bentley, but closer to the Lexus. Definitely not like a BMW. Aston has more rear yaw. Well, it is a big car, but it's not nimble, but definitely feel smaller than the M4, and it's still happy. Has a lot of raw power, a lot of torque. You have to short shift. And it has this weird 296 like micro slide sometimes. Which I don't like. Yes, that's what I meant by tail happy. It is tail happy in the exits and a bit understeer into the corners, so you have to trail brake a lot with it. What is really annoying is even close to max rake I have not too much off throttle rotation, and if I increase the overall rotation with softer front, I just get less exit stability at low speed. Also, so far it felt not too great on curbs. Like it goes on the curb, it sort of eats it, but when it lands, it just slides. Also, if you hit the curb off camber, like inside curb, it slides off from it. Okay, understeers like hell there. Yeah, that was the off-curb sliding I mentioned. I think I should try EC2 and see if it solves the off-camber sliding. I increased EC2 to 4. FL did not solve that. straight lining. Also we have a lot of tire pressures. We will see racing route. Hey, signature. But yeah, it definitely reacts to setups. That's true. That was weird. It feels mediocre. The front feels a bit lacking downforce wise. Even at max rake. So it could be that this car would benefit like 1 or 2 clicks less from max swing. Let's try to make a proper lap. Although I have overheated tires. Oh yeah, and the brakes are great. Sometimes. So like straight line braking is very good. But trail braking is not. TC2 solves the coming off from curbs, like not harsh but soft curbs issue. That's good to know. I will try running it at higher TC1 and soften the front springs. It's very, very violent in first gear.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Okay, let's sort the tire pressures first. So check Motec. Rear one needs -4 both. And the front one needs minus. Did we get a? Yeah, we get a pressure loss, but not much. We need 2 less at the front left and 5 less. And numbers are similar, like it was. That's fine. And suspension is okay. So I will save it as zero. And as I said, I will try lowering the front wheel rate and solve it with some traction control. Should I try less wing and less rake? How much was it? Like 4 mil less rake and 1 less wing. See, worth a try. Yeah, usually that's the case, but this car has so much torque, in my feel, that coming off from those cambers just spins the tires too much. Also, TC2 is not the same for all the cars. Some cars have TC1 as sensitivity and TC2 as cut amount. Some cars have TC1 as lateral and TC2 as longitudinal. This one is a lot long, like if you change it, it does ride a lot and long. So it depends on the car. I started with that too, but I got too many of those micro slides, which I don't like, and curb off slides, which robs you a lot of speed. But what I will do now is make a few proper laps with TC1 at 5, TC2 at 3, 2, 3. Then lower it and see the difference. Yeah, that was very violent. It's not happy on curbs. I use as much TC2 as I feel it should be used. But mostly that is 0. But for example on the McLaren I tend to use TC2 at... Sometimes I go TC1 at 1 and TC2 at 3 even. Because the traction control just overreacts. But on TC1 it just reacts enough, but does not help me catch the slide. So it, as I said, it's very car and setup dependent. Yeah.
Well, not me. Personal fastest lap.
Let's try TC2 at 0. I am maining the Aston V8 currently in ERA League. I used to main the 992, but when I joined ERA I did the license test with the V8 just for fun, and basically I was stuck with the car because I thought I could change the car later, but nope. And it just grew on me. It's a very good car since 1.9.6. I usually set up the cars to be driven on the edge. I mean, when you try to overdrive it, you just drive it a hair under the edge. And since I always prefer tire life and consistency, I would rather drive and set it up like that instead of maximum pace and just kill the tires in a few laps. Okay, so for TC5 and 1, I mean TC1 at 5 and 2 at 1 feels fast enough yet forgiving. Can even accelerate with first gear. Okay, let's save it like that and probably just 2 clicks less brake bias. Also that less ride height and one less wing felt very, very good. To me, did this other base. I'm deliberately not changing too much in the setups now because I want to make a base setup. So this will be like a mixture for a few tracks. Which track I should try to Kyalami? And just switch the tire pressures from left to right.
Green light, give it all you can.
If this setup will drive like as is, good on this track too, I will release it as a base one. Then I try Nordschleife with it just for fun, like see how fast in the straight it is. Yeah, less brake bias. Yeah, he drives great here too. Even in sunshine. Understeer there, so I couldn't try out how good it is in the right-hander.
How's this lap so far?
Yeah, slight understeer, but this is the base setup, so not tuned for this track. But what was really felt good is when I start to accelerate out of the sunshine, it kept the same trajectory. Oops, overshot it a bit. Also with TC5 and 1, it is very neatly comes out of the corners in first gear 2. Probably helps the tire life too. No micro slides at all. Not the best trail braking, but it's not bad at all. So 4175 with a not fine-tuned for this track is decent. If I would make a better lap and fine-tune for it, I could go low 41s easily. Like I do lose a lot of speed in the sunshine. But it's super stable, so no worries at all. Does this corner look great too? For the 1 mid, that's fine.
Well done, mate.
Okay, I will call this as a good base setup. So reduct. Tire life is great. And like that. So if anyone want to try, here is the, I would say, good for base setup. And let's go to north. Also, I will save 148. And the rear needed 2 clicks more, so 5.2, 5.1. Yep. Let's go north. So let me just sync up the base again. Kyalami. base sync. Okay. Nordschleife, hot lap Super Bowl, so we don't have to do a Joker lab, but still have tire wear and fuel and everything, like in a normal practice. Something is on a lie. I am in the pit. Oh, hot stint, not hot lap Super Bowl. Great.
Right, mate. This session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it too much over the limit.
And RB setup with 2 brake ducts and we will see 7. Yeah, okay. Okay. Right. What could possibly go wrong? Like dying? Dying a miserable death on the green hill?
Green light. Give it all you can.
On my somehow my wheel feels more weighty. Hey humans, yes, it is free, so you don't need any DLC for it. The car is a mixed bag. It drives decently, it's a bit tail happy, although you can catch it with TC 105. The straight line speed is not yet tested, I will do it here. But also it feels a bit heavy, but not like the BMW, which is less sluggish. This feels like heavy. It's like a Lexus with a slight taste of a Bentley. Also sounds great. Listen to this. And the gears seems like super long. That's weird. Oh no, it's not long. Well, this has speed. Yeah, it's a bit slow here. Could it be that I have to decrease the wing a lot? Feels like the rear wing is huge, even on Nordschleife. Had to decrease it on other tracks too. By one click made a big improvement. So I'm a bit suspicious that this car has a huge rear wing. And you don't run max wing with it. braking there just to be safe. I want to reach the back straight. Oh yeah, and the first gear is a bit short. So you have to be not as short as the BMW M4, but you still have to be cautious when you engage it for rotation. Okay, front left need much less pressure. Parts are overheating. Brake ducts free then. I will brake a bit here just to be super safe. Yeah, gears are long or weird, I don't know. PC1 at 5 really feels good. Cars feel super heavy. Both on wheel, I mean steering wheel, and handling wise. Let's see the jump. Whoa, 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 whoa. Need more springs for that. And dampers probably. This car is heavy, I guess. Let's see the straight line speed. 278 would be great. It's always a good time to come back to ACC, by the way. Welcome GSX. Yes, straight line speed is lacking with this much wing. So, welcome GSX, I'm happy that helps. Probably the time won't be great due to that straight line speed issue. But let's see. Oh yeah, that was actually slow. Motor time.
Right, this session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it over the limit.
I have a 4080 Super as a GPU and a 13700K at about 6 gigahertz for the CPU. Yeah, that's not enough. It should have like 276 uphill and what 275 uphill. That's a mediocre speed. And much more downhill. So tires were a bit overheating. Right front is okay, left front is +6. So what I will do is increase the ducts to 3, give the front right +1 and the front left -4. That will ballparkly solve this, and the rear ones are rights are perfect, the left ones are +4, so I give the right one +2 and the left one is -2 maybe. Dampers are super undampened. I am using the Quest 3 super undampened. So we definitely have to increase those. And we had a lot of rear bottoming out. Like a hell of a lot. So also front one was activating a lot. So I will increase the rate overall. Give it back some rear bump stop range and counter it with bump stop rate. I solved the brake ducts and the tire pressures. Also, tire life is decent. I will decrease the rear camber by 1. And yeah, VR is super great, but you should first try it because it's not for everyone. I love it. I cannot drive anything else, but I agree it's not everyone's taste. So let's try like 4-wing. What was the arrow? -1.9, like 4-wing and 85 ride height. Boyan, not. That's not how it works. I am using the bump stops and I am using dampers, so this is not the quote meta bullshit setup. I cannot increase much of the fast bump because I want to keep it sort of symmetrical. Because symmetrically both front and rear is okay. I will do the same at the front. But here I can increase the fast bump more. Due to fast rebound, I can increase. Oh yeah, the Porsche is special. I agree. I love the Porsche. And save it as Evo 1. And let's give it a spin. Boyan, as I said, no. I am making real setups, not just pulling sliders everywhere. You can do that if you want to. As I said, I am making realistic setups, not things that drive like shit, because I know what you are talking about and I deliberately not using it because gaining a few millimeters of dynamic ride height for a row while making the car handle like a shitbox is not my way to make setups. I like to make setups that drives decently, feels decently, and I don't mind giving up like 0.5% pace, because 99% of people who is using it benefit from having a setup which is better to drive than something which has much more potential but they can't extract it. And dampers are not there for making the car ride down in the travel. Dampers are there for making the tires contact the tarmac as much as they can. Hence I am aiming for Gaussian distribution in the chart. Yeah, the much less rake is very fillable, like it doesn't want to turn. It turns in here decently. I think I should increase the rear wheel rate a bit, so it has a bit more dynamic rake. Hey Oppa, haven't seen you for a while. How are you? No, the meta setups using the dampers like that, because if you have no bump or minimum bump and maximum rebound, it packs down the suspension. So like you have a compression in the suspension, it goes down or a wheel up, however you want to see it, and easily, because it doesn't have bump resistance. Then, because you have a lot of rebound resistance, it keeps the car down or the suspension up in the travel. So basically you decrease your ride height, dynamic ride height, both front and rear. This will make the car closer to the ground, will make the diffuser and the splitter work more. But the issue is you are sacrificing the dampers itself. Dampers are there to control. First of all, they are there to let the tire follow the surface as much as they can. So you have basically maximum tarmac to tire contact time, so best traction, because if you think about it, the tires are the only thing that makes your car turn, accelerate and brake. They are the only contact point to the ground. And I always aim to use the dampers to maximize that grip. And another thing that dampers can be used is controlling the movement of the car. Okay, we need a lot more turning. Controlling the movement of the car.
This session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it over the limit.
But mainly it should be used to, as I said, maximize the traction of the tires. Okay, so I increased rear wheel rate and rake a bit because we lagged turning in a lot. Yes, the wing is at 4 now, it was 7 initially. But I decreased the rake with it and it was too muted. That's why I increased the rake again, not as much as it was originally.
Green light, go, go, go.
And give the car some rear gear rate. So we will have more dynamic rake too. That corner was horrible. Okay, trail braking is a bit better. Welcome, mate. Yeah, the gears are longer. Definitely. Most cars take that turn in fourth gear. This one did in third. The exit rotation is horrible. But I would like to finish this lap so I have some info how much wing 4 helps in the straight. I would say 275 uphill and 80 in the dip would be a good decent middle ground. Holy shit, the understeer. Hey, car person. For me, it feels mostly like a Lexus with a tiny bit of taste of Bentley. It's heavy, understeers sometimes a bit tail happy out of the corner, which can be solved with TCC 105. And straight line speed so far is a mixed bag. I think it has a huge rear wing, which is not a bad thing because you can decrease the rear wing. So it's always good to have a bigger range where what you can choose out of from. The gears are a bit weird, by the way, following that things. They are long, except the first one, which is a bit short. Not as short as the M4, but compared to the other gears, it is short. I think it's normal, but the other gears just make it weird. No, sadly it does not hit curves that good. Well, TC5 helps, but on normal TC, I think the torque of the engine just makes it slide after curbs. Also, it does weird things when it goes off from off-camber curves, like inner curves. Let me take it without brake. Oh, that was weird. This car is super heavy. Much better now. Yep, that was the curve issue I was talking about. Let's check that in the replay. We were bottoming out. Oh yeah, this gear is super long. Yeah, the front right tire got some bump here. There.
Alright, this session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it over the limit.
Let's try more V-rate, especially at the rear.
In line, give it all you can.
By the way, with more rear rate, we have more dynamic rate, and with more overall rear rate, we have more dynamic ride height. So the springs keep the car a bit higher up in the travel. so we can be a bit more aggressive on the curbs. I felt like, even though the dampers were very aggressive, the car still undamped. Bump-wise, not right drive characteristics-wise. Does rotate better out of the corner now. Still lacks a bit of off-throttle rotation. We will see if the wings is okay. So wing 4 is a decent middle ground. I will try to increase the rake a bit. See how much the car gets like hairy to drive. So far it's very stable. The weight helps a lot. Bounces around like horribly. And I have maxed fast rebounds. Although it could be that the rear bump stops are engaging too much. Now it has a bit too much low speed rotation due to the different rear springs. two-tail happy there too. Let's try not to die here now. Yep, the jump was much better now. Let's see that straight line speed. This time it was 273 uphill, around 77 in the dip. Yeah, I only have to shift on the downhill part. Okay. Being 4 seems like decent. But I will try ring 3. So I will shoot at my...
Alright mate, this session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it too much over the limit.
Yep, it was much better than here. Yeah, and it was like 277 uphill. If I would not shift down, I could think it could keep that. So I would say one less wing, go extreme, like two more, 4 more right height. Decrease the wheel rate at the rear, and I'm going to check the Motec. Dampers are a bit less flat, but still a bit undamped. The front ones are more in the bump, so I will decrease the bump and increase the rebound. I will decrease the bump because I want more turning, so it will dive a bit more. And the other thing is I will check, yeah, the rear is still bottoming out. And we also decrease the rear wheel rate. So I will have the car a lot with much more pump stop range, but basically put them as stiff as they can, just to try how that helps. Like, does it keep it decently rotating out of fast to mid-speed corners, and the bump stop range maybe helps a bit with the bouncing around. Yeah, it has decent brakes. It lacks a bit in trail braking, but that is due to the weight. But in straight line braking, it's very strong.
In line, give it all you can.
Like up to the very good. Not Ferrari 296 good, but like Merc good. Especially with max wing, because I think it has a huge wing. No idea. Put it to 900, both ACC and driver, and the game will handle it. So it will soft lock for you. But I will check it after this lap if I don't forget in Motec. But if you put 900 everywhere, you will not have wheel rotation issues, because I don't know this one, but the 900 is only one car, the GT4 Maserati. After that 800 is the Porsche. I am using 800 because I never drive the Maserati, but anything lower than 800 I would not bother. Oh yeah, the exit rotation there was horrible, so the rear bump stop range killed it a bit. You will see how much the car handles better in those S's here. If it still bounces around, I will go back to low bump stop range. Like, you cannot save it. Quite better. Apart from those few mid-speed corner exits, this setup feels great now. Much better over curbs. Yep, it's also decent. Also, don't forget that this is not the cold session, so this could be a very fast car in the straight, because it handles nicely with free wing. Actually, it handles better with free wing than with 4. Also, it could be that that right-hander I complained was due to low tire pressures. Who knows? Because now it feels lovely. Hopefully that does not kill the engine. Let's see the carousel. Heal it accurately again. A bit. Not horrible. Can definitely feel the weight of the car just clashes into the carousel. Much nicer turn in there. Some understeer here. Still bouncing around in that on that curve, but took it safe-ish. That helped. Sometimes you really have to be patient with the car. Wait until it turns. Could probably stay second gear there. Let's see. I want upshift from 5th. Only at the top. 279. That's good. And it's keeping it uphill, sort of. 278. That's very good for mid weather session. And 294. That's very good. And the car is very good to drive it. Wing free, so mine is ok-ish.
Alright mate, this session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it too much over the limit.
Hello, Oliver. I'm glad you felt it better. Also, I did change a few things since that. Bump stop range increase made it much better over curbs. Freewing with 92 right height at the rear is very good for very good straight line speed and still great to drive. I will jump into the cold session now because I am curious what speed it will get there, probably even more. Just first I want to check the Motec. Front left and rear left both need 1 click. So check the tire. Yeah, that's decent. And dampers are actually pretty nice now. So that's very close to, I guess, in distribution. You cannot reach full because Nords would need even more fast rates, but it just cannot put more. So car will be, oh, sorry, I think it was this one. I will post the base setup soon. and probably on the Nords, maybe today evening. If I can make a good lap now, I will post it sooner, but I will go down to 12 bump stop range at the rear because as you can see, it does not eat into the rear with 15. So 12 and save it as 3. Also minimum brake bias. Sadly, we are reaching brake bias limit, but that is how it is with many of the front engine cars. And let's go to the cold session.
Alright, this session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it over the limit.
Brake ducts 2 and 6 plus all around. I would love to release this setup today. So base setup plus this one would be great. Let's reset my VR view. Let's try to make a proper lap. It's hot stint. Hot stint is like practice, so you have tire wear, fuel load, everything. So it's not cheating like hot lap, but you don't have to take a joker lap. The only issue is if you go back to the pits, you lose the delta. And if you forgot to save the replay and go back to the pits, you lost that. I only use it for the Nords because I don't want to take joker laps because they are boring. This setup so far drives great. That -3 rear bump stop range helped it a bit in this corner basically. Avoiding the curve. Doing this one carefully. Last time it was 278. Yep, that's how much the cold session helps. It's like 291, 281. Yeah, freewing and cold session helps. It's not a slow car, it just has a huge arse wind at the rear. Which is good, because you can decrease rear wing, but you cannot increase small wings too much. Lovely. Workshop that a bit. Yes, cold ambient weather does affect power a lot, especially with NA cars. Cold weather is denser, or cold air is denser, so you can squeeze more air into the combustion chamber, and the ECU just detects it with the mass airflow that you have more air. It puts in more fuel. Also, with denser cold air you have less chance to knocking, so you can increase the compression more. Oh, shite. Too early back on the pedal. So you decrease the chance for knocking.
Try to be fast, but don't push it over the limit.
Let's check the tire pressures. I can see it now. Okay, at the rear I decrease it by 1 click. Also I will try TC6. Sometimes more TC is faster with the lead foot drivers like me. Oh yeah, that uphill section.
Green line, go, go, go.
I should have lifted a bit earlier and not back on the throttle that early. The extra speed caught me off guard too. Yeah, I could feel that TC really digs in there. We will see. Although it is a race setup, so tire life should be a priority. And TC is the easiest thing to fine-tune for yourself, so I will see. Yeah, well, first when you hear it, it does sound aggressive. I think we just got used to it because we are driving it for hours now. Yes, it's not Lexus and Bentley aggressive, but almost up there. Definitely felt much more stable there with TC. Great exit there. It's very easy to drive it with TC6 and does not feel slow. You can hear it sometimes, it interrupts, but nothing horrible. But we will see with the time. Also, I will try to do a TC5 lap after it. The Delta. Okay, lift earlier, 4th gear, rotate a lot, back on power, right. Also brake earlier here too. Oh no, I lost a lot of time there. I will read your comment after this section. Yep, second gear here, definitely. Let's see. Oh. So someone commented. I mean, you did comment. Oh, I upshift to 6. That was an error. Okay. Yeah, 5th gear up here all the way. I upshifted because I fixed it with the sound. Oh, boom, boom, boom. That's scary. still a decent time. Let's try it with TC5. Would have a much better time if I don't upshift in the straight. And not losing the carousel. I think this car can do with me, with this setup, low 10s. So it is super fast here. I'm pretty sure the aliens will put it to under 8 minutes. I don't know if it's good, but not bad. Usually I drive 14s with the Aston with this much fuel. Oh, 14 race pace, I mean. And low 10 quali pace with the Aston. Oh, that front axle wasn't happy. Great exit. Love it. Oh yeah, I did a lot of changes. It feels very good to drive now. But this next corner is very scary. Great. Hopefully I won't screw up the carousel now. You really have to carefully drop in because the weight of the car just clashes in. So far is the worst car in the carousel for me. A bit earlier to turn in here. Much better. Gained like 2 times there. Lose the apex a bit, but nothing serious. Pin it flat out. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was funny. Okay, 5th gear all the way to the top. Concentrate. $280. 79 uphill. Shift now. Apart from that few bouncing, it was a great lap. Will be good for... well, 6? Wow. This car is fast. This is the setup if you want to try, Boyan.
Alright mate, this session is about consistency. Try to be fast, but don't push it too much over the limit.
And this is for 14 degrees. Yeah, 280 uphill is very good. Lexus was 278, I think. Although nothing can beat the GT2 Merc. I have a GT2 Merc speed setup where I did 0 wing, very low right height. It's not fast everywhere else, but in the straight it does like 308 or something. Madness. 49535053. And that will be the hot setup. Should we try some suffering tracks? Garroring maybe? See how much that makes it uncomfortable. Oh, not hot stint.
Alright, this session is about consistency.
Practice. So we have a delta. Mm. Oh, other way. Yeah, like that.
Green light, go, go, go!
I expect it to not so great here. But we will see. Nords was great. I enjoyed it. Is he on the curbs yet? Not lose tire pressure. No, I'm in VR. You cannot use things like that in VR. That's fine, Boyan. You basically, if you find a setup which drives great for you, just make sure you have tire pressures in the 26 to 27 range and 75 to 95 degrees temperature on the tires. If you want to fine tune it, just start with brake bias, TC, ABS, and maybe rake. For a base setup, this drives great. Understeers a bit here, but otherwise it's fine. could use some mid-speed, mid-corner rotation. But overall it rides great. I think I sort of nailed that base setup. Oops. Anyway, we need 2 clicks all around and like 4 at the front right. More rake. Much more rear bump stop. I think I soon finish this stream because I want to release the base setup so others can drive this car, and also the Nordschleife setup because this is a very fast car there. Avoiding the curbs yet. I mean the sausages. Oh, I did not check the steering rotation. Does eat those 2 curves very nicely. Turn 2 should be late apex. That's very weird. This car really benefits from late apexing. Those snaps are very annoying. Should I try TC6? $43.9. Alright. Not that bad as I expected. V-shape instead of late apex, but yeah, not the conventional line. Another 43.9.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
overshot it a bit there. Probably that was still valid, but not the fastest. Because I had to wait for the rotation instead of snap it in at the entry and throttle out. .43.65. Alright. It's surprisingly not slow on Hungaroring. I will save that and I will even give it just a tiny bit more rake. Should we try some fast tracks maybe? Any track request? Let's try Panorama.
Green light, go, go, go.
Hello, Vladislav. Initially I did not like it that much, but I think it's a decent car. I think I learned a few of its quirks, like it has a huge rear wing, so I should not fear decreasing it. Also, it needs fairly high TCs for avoiding the snaps, because it has a shitload of torque. But otherwise it's fine. Downshift, easy. Sexy! Oh. Yeah. It sounds even better exterior. Also it has very short gearing, long gearing and short first gear compared to the other ones. Oh yeah, and it's fast in the straight. Fucking fast. Brake more there. Don't mind. Ouch. We need more rake. It sounds great on the limiter. That felt better. Hey Abdu, it's a mixed bag, but not a bad car at all. Has a few quirks, but can be set up nicely, so it reacts to settings very nicely. There's a lot of range for like rearing. My biggest issue was Nord's dampers could not be stiffened enough. I wasn't damped there. Otherwise it's fine. I won't say I main it, but definitely decent. Also, it was surprisingly fast in Hungaroring. Did not expect mid-low 43s with it. It's a bit tail happy now and then though, but could be managed with TC. Brakes are great. Straight line speed can be awesome with lower rings. Also, it's not slow here either. It was nowhere near a good lap. And it's not a cold session. Okay, second gear there. I think it can do TC6 here too. Can go off-road. So we need 5 less at the front right and less at the rear right. Wow, 1.6 in the hot session? That's very fast. One four. Okay, this car definitely needs a nerf. One three. Holy shit. 22 degrees. From me, that's a very fast lap. I think I'm going to save this setup because it is a decent, to be honest, very decent. Alright guys, and also with that lovely lap, I'm going to finish this stream because I'm getting a bit tired. If anyone needs the non-finished butter setups, here it is. It's very rudimental but fast. So thank you guys for joining in and have a lovely day. Goodbye.